How's it going? I was just gonna make some bread today. You guys want to tag along? See how I do it? Cool. I just got some coffee here, and I always make a cup of coffee before I make bread because I don't know, that's why I do it. All right, let's do this. I have nothing ready. I have 2 bowls. That's all I got out. And I thought maybe someone would want to join me with some bread. So let's do it. Let's get to it. So I'm gonna get out 2 measuring cups. A 1 cup measuring cup and a 1/2 cup measuring cup. Big bowl. I'm going to measure 3 cups of hot water. I have to heat up the water first. So 3 cups of hot water. Flour, mix, and some a little extra flour. Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, that's okay. That's some extra. All right, 3 cups of hot water. Okay, really simple. 3 cups of hot water, not rocket science. I have some yeast. I have like a lot of yeast because I make bread all the time. If you use the packets, I use 6 cups of flour, which is 2 packets of yeast. So like those normal packets you would buy, like that you just tear off. 2 packets for 6 cups. So you could cut it in half, make 1 packet, 3 cups of water, or 3 cups of flour, which would mean 1.5 cups of water, right? So 3 cups of water, 6 cups of flour, yeast, 2 packets, or if you have the bulk variety, it's a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons for 3 cups of flour. So I'm gonna add 4 teaspoons. I'm gonna add a little bit more today because I want my bread just to be a little more yeasty. Okay, and salt. I always like to add kosher salt because, I don't know, I like kosher salt. And I would say maybe, I don't know, what is that? 3 teaspoons maybe? Whatever feels good. You can oversalt your bread. I did that like 2 batches ago. I oversalted my bread, and oversalted bread is not good. So I got my bread, I got my water, need a whisk or a fork, and you just need to break up your yeast and agitate it a bit. That's why yeast, I like that. Whisk works the best, but I don't have a whisk on me right now. Doesn't really matter. Because this is all going to get proofed in a bucket anyway. So here I have 6 cups of flour, and I have found this nice combination that I like to make. So I like 4 cups of white flour and 2 cups of whole wheat flour. To me, that just like tastes the best. That's what I like from all the experimenting I've done. So that's what I'm going to make today. But you could use all white flour. You could use all whole wheat flour. You could use half and half. You could use more wheat than white. Really, it doesn't matter. It's flour, so just put it in a bowl. 6 cups. Then, with a wooden spoon, because it tends to stick less, put the water in the flour. Mix it up. Try to get all the yeast you can in the thing. And just slowly start to mix that together. Make sure your like surface down here, make sure this is clean, because if it's not clean, you're gonna have dirty bread and that's gross. And make sure you wash your hands, you dirty grub. Sorry, we'll change that. Alright. Alright, so pretty mixed up, right? It just looks like a glob of mess. Clean off that. We're gonna use this bowl. Keep the bowl handy. Now with this extra flour I have sitting here, I'm just gonna get a little bit on the table. Just like that. Sprinkle this around. Plop this down here. Scrape out all the goodness onto the board. Get this crap out of the way. Put the yeast back in the fridge. Alright, so now all I want to do in here is I'm not kneading the bread. I'm just making sure, maybe I am kneading it. I don't know. I'm just mixing it together. I don't want to make I want any clumpies. I want a nice consistency. That's what this extra flour is for. Because it's sticky. Like, this is a sticky dough recipe. It's not fancy. This isn't fancy dough. This isn't artisanal bread. It's bread. It's what your great-great-grandmother used to make before they had stores. Okay, it's bread. This isn't fancy. It's bread. It's what you eat when you want bread. When you want to make a sandwich, you make bread. And this is it. Okay? Gonna need a little more flour. I'm kind of a dirty cook, you can't tell. But it's just flour. It's okay. Just flour and water. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now, I've done this a few times, so I'm just like looking for like an even consistency, right? I want it to be sticky, but I want it to be uniformly shaped. Which means I want it like uniformly sticky everywhere. I don't want any dry spots. I don't want any lumpies. That's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna dry this bowl with a paper towel. Or I can just rinse it, it doesn't really matter. Plop it in the bowl. Towel on top of the bowl in a warm-ish place. If you can't see back here, I have radiators in my house. And so what I do is I put it on the radiator. It's not a cold day, so my radiators are not on that intensely, so I'm gonna have to leave it out for a while. So 2 hours, we're gonna come back to this. It should like double-ish, if not more in size, and then we're gonna go to the next step. See you then. Well, hey, you're back. I was just finishing up some emails. Should we go check the bread? It's been about 2 hours-ish, maybe a little less, but I'm feeling it looks pretty good. Let's go check it out. Come on. All right, so this is our bread. What do we got? Oh, that's beautiful. That's perfect. All right, been 2 hours. Our bread has gotten huge. It's very bubbly. You can tell there's lots of bubbles on top. It's really good. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. And it smells so good. I love the smell. So, towel's still moist. We're gonna need this, so hang on to it. I have some flour. We're gonna need that for the table. Get everything else off. Make sure you have a clean table. You guys can come through. This is Artie. Artie's helping me out today. So, let's see here. We need a plate. So I like to make two different types of bread. I like to make one in a pan, like this, and then I'm going to make some proofing little loaves on some plates. This is how we're going to do it. This would be a good time if you want to add crap to your bread. So if you want to make, like, my sister-in-law wants to make jalapeno cheddar bread. This would be the time where you're going to pull it out of here, and you can add stuff to it. So I've made, like, cheesy Italian bread. You can make cheesy jalapeno bread, you could have just Italian bread, you could just add seasonings, you could add whatever you want to this. We're going to take it out of here. And this is where we're going to knead it a little bit. Lots of flour. And we're just going to get some, we're going to bang some of the air out of it. Just Just smoosh it around a little bit. That's all we're doing. Just smooshing it around. That's all you gotta do. Should be warm-ish. It's good. Okay. So that's that. Let's grab a knife. Alright, so this is how I like to do this. Okay? Let's get you a little more tilted. There we go. So this pan, we're gonna proof this bread again. So it's gonna get proofed twice, and that just makes your bread like more fluffy and more bready, and just tastes better. I know, bud. So if it's gonna go in a pan, this pan's gonna go straight into the oven. I'm not gonna preheat anything in the oven for this part. So I'm gonna put olive oil in here, so that when I put this into the oven and then I take it out, it doesn't stick. Thank you for helping. For these plates, which I would double proof on, these are gonna go inside of a pizza stone inside of my oven, and so I'm gonna put flour on these. So if you're gonna put something in the oven, right, put these on something in the oven, you should flour it. If you're not, then oil. So I'm gonna get some olive oil. Just a dash. Nothing fancy. Just spread it around. Right, just spread it around, right, Art? Shouldn't be like globs and globs of oil. If you have too much, just get a paper towel and dry it off a bit. Not the end of the world. Perfect. So, like I said, I've done this before. Half of this loaf is going to go in the pan. It's really elasticy now. This bread is bread now. Right, so it's going to go in here. Make it the size of the loaf. Try to make it look pretty-ish. Yeah. Something. Peekaboo. Something like that. Perfect. So that's ready to proof. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make two bigger like loaves, and these are going to be like more crunchy bready loaves. I'll split this in half. I know, right? Flour's your buddy with this. So now I'm going to take it. Thank you. Yep, flour's your friend. I'm just going to push it down underneath, and then, oops. Make sure you flour your plate. It's important that you flour it so it doesn't stick. Set that right on there. Okay, that's enough flour, I think. Don't you think? You think that's enough flour? I think so. Okay. Now this goes on the other plate. Now just go back on the radiator for like half an hour to 45 minutes. Maybe up to an hour. You don't want to go too long because then it'll flatten back out what you put in the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my oven on 450. I'm going to heat it up for about half an hour. So by the time my oven is heated and my pizza stone is hot, I can throw these in the oven. Hey there. All right, so double proof. These have gotten, I would say, like 1.5 times bigger. Maybe not quite double, but they're definitely bigger. So now they're ready. They're ready for the oven. So what we need to do is the oven is hot. My pizza stone is hot. I made this makeshift slider inner thing. It's just cardboard and some tin foil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some rolli on this. So what I'm gonna do first is flour. Just a little bit of flour, and then like some cornmeal. Just simple cornmeal. This will just help it roll off the bit. So the one that's in the pan I don't have to worry about. All I have to do is I need to make a cut on top, a score on top of the bread. For the big long ones, all I like to do is make sure you have a really sharp knife because it's bread. So just one cut right down the middle. That's all you gotta do. So this is ready for the oven. Thank you, Artie. This one, if you just kind of swirl it a little bit, that flour should unstick itself. You don't really want to put flour on top of it. Give it a little swirl. Unstuck. Put that on there. Now for these, you can cut them however you want. Like it's your bread, cut it however you want. You can make one cut, you can make a cross cut. You can make it however you want. I like to do 3, so 3 it is. Okay, now I'm gonna put these in the oven. Pan bread can just get slid right in the oven. Next to my pizza stone. For my pizza stone pizzas, I'm gonna put one on the front, one on the back. Ready, hot? Hot, hot, hot. Okay, just like that. Now we need a cup of water. Cup of water goes in the pan in the bottom of the oven. Give it a splash. Timer goes on for 20 minutes. See you in 20 minutes. Bread is ready to come up. That's it. 3 loaves of bread, a couple hours of your time, 4 easy ingredients. That's all there is to it. Store these breads, I like to let them cool off, put them in a plastic bag before I cut them, and if I want the crust to get soft, so like the ones on these, this crust is really hard, which I like a thick crust. I'm just gonna let it get soft in a bag, and then I'll cut it up. It's much easier to cut. These I am gonna leave on a counter because we're gonna have one tonight, probably for dinner, so it'll be nice and crunchy for tonight. The other one I might put in a bag. If you put it in a paper bag, it won't last as long, but it'll stay crunchy. If you put it in a plastic bag, it'll get soft but last longer. So, pros and cons, enjoy your bread. See you later. Have a good one.